If you're trying to lose weight right now, but you just don't have a clue where to start, then let me share with you my top 4 tips to help kickstart your weight loss. And I've been using these with my clients for years now and helped them get some incredible results along the way. And if you like this video and you want more help with your fat loss, then just head over to the description of this video and you can grab my free fat loss guide. So the first tip that is going to help kickstart your weight loss is figuring out your calories, okay? Now, this is absolutely needed, okay? If you want to lose weight, then we need to be eating in a calorie deficit. And if we need to be eating in a calorie deficit, we need to know how many calories we're consuming so we can get into that calorie deficit over time. So I'm gonna show you exactly how you can work out your calories. It's super, super easy. And so you can track them along the way and help yourself get into a calorie deficit and start to lose weight and kickstart that weight loss, okay? All you need to do really is find a TDEE calculator on Google. You can type this in on Google as it is, or you can kind of press, calories calculator or calorie calculator, something along them lines. Once you get on the site, it'll ask you to enter your height, your weight, your age, your activity level, little information like that. And it'll spit out a number which it predicts that your calories are gonna be to help you lose weight, okay? Now, a quick tip for this is to underestimate your activity levels, because most people will estimate that their activity level is a lot higher than it actually is. So it'll usually give you a few choices like, moderate, sedentary, highly active, or very highly active. And I would suggest going for, say, the lightly active or the sedentary options, just so that it doesn't predict that you're going to be moving more and give you more calories to play around with there. Now, we want to take this number that it gives you, and we want to stay within these calories every single day. So open MyFitnessPal or download MyFitnessPal, track and log the foods that you're consuming and that you're eating, and stick to this number over time. Alongside that, we want to weigh in every single day. So we're weighing yourself in the morning, first thing before having any food or drink, and then making sure we log this and keep track of this weight over time. What we want to find is that with the calories that you're consuming, and the body weight that you're tracking, is that over time you're consuming these calories and your body weight is coming down over time, okay? And that'll give us a good indicator that we're starting to lose weight. Now, this number that the calculator spits out for you might not be accurate. It might not be 100% accurate. It can be a little bit off sometimes, I get that. And if not, all we have to do is just see how your body weight is responding over time to the calories that you've set yourself and the calories that it's given you. If your weight is staying the same for around 2 weeks and you've been consistent with everything, you've been hitting your calories, you've been doing any extra cardio activity, you've been training in the gym, then we want to kind of make that little change and just lower the amount of calories by 200 to 300. That is all. So figuring out your calories, very, very important if you want to lose weight, okay? The next thing is volume eating. Now, I'll be honest with you, hunger is going to be your diet's biggest enemy. And most diets will fail because we get hungry and we eat more food. You ever tried to start a diet and after a few days, the cravings for food start coming in, you start feeling hungry all the time, and then you end up, willpower gives up and you start eating food and you just basically sack your diet off, okay? Hunger is the enemy here. So we need to eat foods that are going to help keep us full while still being within our calorie targets, okay? Now, we can do this by eating in volume or eating low calorie dense foods that are high in volume, but they have little calories. So if we can introduce more of these foods into our diet, we're going to be able to feel fuller for longer, and it's going to make it feel a lot easier for you to stick with your calories over time to help you kind of lose weight, okay? So some of the types of foods as an example that you can be consuming to help you with this, that low calorie dense foods, is fruit and veg. Let's say strawberries is about 100 calories for 300 grams of strawberries. Watermelon is nearly 500 grams for 100 calories. You could eat a lot of fruit and veg for very little calories over time. If you're filling your stomach with this food more so, then what you're going to find is you're going to be less hungry, you're going to have less cravings, and it's going to be easier for you to lose weight. Lean protein sources. Again, protein is the most filling macronutrient out of protein, carbs, and fats. So if we're getting more protein in our diet, we're going to be fuller for longer. High fiber foods, again, vegetables, grains, things that contain high fiber are going to help you be fuller, because fiber is going to sit in the stomach longer and it takes longer to digest, so that you're going to feel fuller. The food's going to be sitting in your stomach a bit longer, and again, it's going to keep you away from them cravings. And the last thing as I've said high protein foods on there again, but they are the top 3 in there anyway. I'll have to go and change that. So number 3, the next one, and the next tip almost to help you kickstart your weight loss is to move your body more, okay? Now, weight loss is an energy balance at the end of the day. It's calories in and calories out, like I've said. So we manage our food, and that's only one side of the equation. So eating less calories, tracking your calories, eating good, better types of food. That is only one part of the equation. But the other part of the equation is your calories out. And this can be things like, there's a lot of different things like your energy that you expend through exercise, the energy that your body just takes to survive, your basal metabolic rate, and also your NEAT, so your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And this is where moving your body will come in handy. So if we're moving our body more, it's going to help you burn more calories day to day, and it's going to help make it a lot easier for you to stick with your calorie deficit. So let's say your calories or your maintenance calories are, say, 2,000 calories each day. If you are then moving your body more and being more active in general, you might be able to burn an extra 500 calories each day on top of that. So then that's going to put you in a larger deficit, and it's also going to make it easier for you to stick to your diet and lose weight. So moving more is key, is really, really helpful. What can you do now to help with this then? So you can hit a daily or weekly step count or goal. A lot of clients like to do 10,000 steps a day, or you can spread this out over the week and hit 70,000 over the week. You can get outside and do more activities, you know, instead of driving to the shops, maybe you can walk to the shops. If you've got to go across town, instead of getting an Uber, maybe set the time aside and walk. Doing little things like moving your body more is going to help you. Another thing you can do is cardio in the gym. So you go in the gym, you can do some steady state cardio, or you can go on a jog or a run, the treadmill, the elliptical, things like that. Introducing an amount of this activity, a set amount of this activity every single week is going to help you move your body more, burn more calories, and make it easier to kickstart your weight loss. And also worth mentioning is to start a sport or activity that you like. You know, if you used to play tennis back in the day and you love tennis, why don't you get back into tennis and go and play that? If you play football, you could join a run club if you used to be a runner or you liked running. So ways that we can help move the body more on a more frequent basis are always going to help us burn more calories and can help us lose weight faster. Yeah. And the last one, so the final point, is protein. Protein is important, okay? Protein is very important. It's going to help keep you full, which is great for dieting. So protein takes the longest, or it takes the most energy to digest in your system. So you have protein, carbs, and fats. Your protein is going to burn more calories through digestion than anything else. It's going to take a little bit longer to digest too. So the food's going to sit in your stomach for a bit longer and help keep you fuller for longer. So protein is going to help with your satiation levels over time. What it's also going to do is going to help you build and retain muscle, which is good for fat loss because having muscle requires calories. And if we have more muscle mass, we're training in the gym, we're eating more protein to build and sustain this muscle, then we are going to require more calories to maintain our bodies. Therefore, we're going to be able to eat more calories when we're dieting, and that's going to make things a whole lot easier for you over time. Now, with your protein, I recommend getting in between 0.7 and 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight daily. So if you weigh 200 pounds, or is it 95 kilos or something along them lines? So if you weigh 200 pounds, then maximum 200 grams of protein, and minimum will be a little bit less than that. I'm not going to work out the equation. My maths isn't that good, but you get the gist of it. So if you aimed for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, if you weigh 200 pounds, we want to aim for 200 grams of protein. That is the most simple and easy way to put it there over time. Now, some ways that can help you get this protein in over time too is, you know, protein powder, chicken, beef, fish, tofu, eggs and egg whites, lots of different sources that you can involve into your day and involve into your nutrition that are going to help you get more protein in and help keep you fuller for longer, help you build and retain muscle, help you lose weight easier, and help you kickstart your weight loss over time. Now, these are my top 4 tips to help you kickstart your weight loss. If you've enjoyed the video, I'll leave some more content up at the top for you, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys.